Hello everyone. So today we'll be discussing on the topic coordinate compression algorithm. Yeah. So let's see what the definition part says here. Coordinate compression replaces large or arbitrary values in an array. Yep. So what it does, coordinate compression replaces the large or the arbitrary values in the array with their rank positions, So this is very important. So they replace the larger arbitrary values in the array with the rank position after sorting unique values. After sorting unique values. So we will be going with the sorting while preserving order relationship. While preserving the order relationship. So this is it for the this one definition. Next, let's move on with the algorithm explanation. So first, what we have to do, first what we'll be doing, just listen to this carefully. The exact same thing will be articulating in the form of code. First, we will copy the original array into the temporary array. So we'll be considering the temporary array and we will be copying the original array into the temporary array. So that's what we'll be doing. Then we will sort the temporary array. So we have already copied the original array into the temporary array so that we can sort the temporary array. So next we will be sorting the temporary array after that actually. After storing the original array into the temporary array, so we will be sorting the temporary array and then we will be removing the duplicates from the sorted array. So we'll be removing after sorting the temporary array, we'll be removing the duplicates from it. For each original element, we find its index in the unique sorted array. But after sorting of the array, for each original element, we will find its index in the unique sorted array, right? That index is the compressed coordinate. That particular index is the compressed coordinate actually. Yeah. Let's write the same thing actually in the form of code step by step actually. Yep, step by step. So this is fine, I believe. So first thing what we'll be doing, so I'll just go with this one original array, right? Let's go with the example array for the input array, right? So with the this one original array. So this one will be, let me consider some random elements here. So I'll just go with 100, 500, 100 as well as the 200. Yep. So this is fine. Yep. Then what I'll do, let's do one thing. Let's consider the size of the array. So I'll just go with n equals array dot length. N equals array dot length. So we'll be making use of the array dot length many times. So I'll just assign this one to the variable n, right? So next we have to copy the original array and we have to sort the copied array. First, let's copy the original array. For that, I'll just go with the temp. So I'll just go with clone. We have to copy the, see here, the first step itself is to copy the original array into the temporary array, right? So I'll just go with the array dot clone. We are just copying the original array into the temporary array, right? So I'll just then after that, after this one, copying the original array into the temporary array, the first thing we have to do is we have to sort the temporary array. For that, I'll just make use of the arrays dot sort here, arrays dot sort, and let me pass the temp value. Let me pass the temp value. Yeah. So this is fine. It's as simple as that. Next, what we will be doing. Next, what we'll be doing. So accordingly with the this one explanation part. So we have to remove the duplicates from the sorted array. So let's go with the array to store the unique and sorted value and size of the unique array first. Size of the unique array first. So then we can remove the duplicates manually, right? First, let's go with the array to store the unique sorted value. So I'll just consider the unique keyword here. So yeah, this will be good to use here. Correct keyword to use. I'll just go with the new int of size n actually. Yeah, size n. This is more than enough. Yep. Next, what I'll do, we have to go with the size of the unique array, right? So then I'll just initialize m to 0. This is fine. So now we have to remove the duplicates manually, or we will be removing the duplicates manually, right? So for that, I'll just go with the for loop. See, I'll just go with int 0. We have considered size n. So I'll just go with I less than n. Let me go with I plus plus. So within the for loop, the first thing, I'll just go with a simple if condition here. Suppose if I equals 0, the value of I equals 0, or temp of I, so not equal to the previous one. Current value is not equal to the previous one, right? It shouldn't be. We will be removing the duplicates, right? If it is not equal to temp of I minus 1, then only we have to this one. We are just storing the unique values. The current value shouldn't be equal to the previous value, meaning there shouldn't be a duplicate actually. Yep. Then only we will be storing that one. Yep. So let's store the unique value, right? I'll just go with the unique here. So let me increment the m So this is fine. Let me assign this one to the temp of I. Let me assign this one to the temp of I. Yeah, let me come out of this one entirely. Let me come out of this one entirely. So this is fine. Next, what we are gonna do. So let's go with a compressed result. So I'll just go with here. This one. Let me go with. mm, so this one will be new int of and new int of and yep. So next, after going with a compressed result, let's compress the each value. So for that, I'll just go with a for loop. So see here, I equals 0. Same thing, I less than n, I plus plus. So within the for loop, this time let me go with the index. So let me assign. So let's perform the binary search here. So I'll just go with the arrays dot. Let me go with the binary search here. So binary search, let me pass unique keyword here, this one, and I'll just go with 0. Will be starting with 0 m, as well as let's pass the array of I, array of I, this one. Yep. So this is fine, I believe. Just give me a second here. So the next step after this one, what we'll be doing. So index is equivalent to the compressed value, right? So compressed of I. So let me assign this one to the index variable that we have considered. Yep. So index is equivalent to the compressed value. So let me come out of this one entirely. Let me format the code so that this looks good. Yep. So this is fine, I believe. Next, what I'll be doing. So let's do one thing. Let's go with a for loop here. For, let's consider the individual value of the compressed value actually. So I'll just print the x here, individual x. So let me go with a println, or let me go with a println is not required actually. We have made use of the print writer, right? So this is fine. Let me leave the space after this so that this looks good. Yep. So now let's go with a println. Yep. So that the output looks clean actually. I'll just go with a println. Yeah. We don't have to pass anything here as we have made use of the print writer, buffer data and the print writer. So let me go with a flush here. Yeah. Let me go with a flush. So this is fine. This is it for the code. This is it for the code. It's as simple as that actually. Let me run the code. Let's see what is the output that we get actually. Based on the this one we have considered, based on the example that we have considered, the output that we need to get here is 0 to 0, 1. Let's check the same. So yeah, first accordingly we are going right. So with what we have discussed within the algorithm explanation actually. Yeah, we are getting the output 0 to 0, 1, which is absolutely correct. See, let's dry run the code. Let's try to understand. Let's dry run the code so that we'll get to know how we got the output, and also we'll get to know whether how the code works actually, mainly accordingly with the example. Let's do that. So see, accordingly with the what code we have written, first thing we'll be considering the same example that we have considered within the code. Then we have to copy and sort, right? So we have to copy the original array and we have to sort. Then we have to remove the duplicates from the array. Then we have to apply the binary search. We have went with the binary search mapping within the code. Then finally, we have to display the final output. This is the steps actually. Let's start from the original array part. Let's consider the same example that we have considered in the code actually. See, uh, 1 second. Let me go with the same array. Yeah, 100, 500, 100, and 200, right? 500, 200, as well as the 100. Yep, the same one. Next, what we will be doing. So we have to copy and sort, right? So we'll be copying and sorting. Sorting after sorting. So this will be stored in the temporary array as per the discussion actually. This becomes actually 100, 100, one will be 200, and finally it will be 500, right? So we have, after successfully copying and sorting, the elements that will be the elements will be sorted in this order: 100, 100, 200, as well as the 500. Then we have to remove the duplicates actually. Then we have to remove the duplicates. We have one duplicate here, nothing but in our case this is 100. So after removing the duplicates, the array becomes actually 100, 200, as well as the 500, 100 as well as the 200, as well as 500. So this is fine, I believe. So this is it after removing the duplicates. Next we have to apply the binary search mapping. apply for applying the binary search mapping. So we have to apply for 100, this one, 500, 100, as well as the this one. What do we call 200, right? 200 accordingly with what we have written in the code actually. So 100 will be mapped into the IDX is the term that we have considered, right? Index 0, right? 500 will be marked with the index 2, index 2 actually. Then 100 will be marked with a this one mapped to the index 0, as well as this one 200 will be mapped with a index 1. 200 will be mapped with a index 1. So the final output that we have to consider from here to here, this one, 0 to 0, 1 actually. Final output will be array consists of 0 to 0 as well as the 1. So this is going to be the output actually. This is going to be the output. One second, what happened to this one? So this is the dry run actually. Yep. So while writing actually it didn't capture why, I don't know, but you can just look at it. Original array we have 100, 500, 200 as well as the 100. Copy and start. See, after copying, so this one after copying and sorting, we will be copying that one to the temporary array, right? After copying and sorting, so we have got 100, 100, 200 and 500. So this will be sorted in the ascending order and it will be copied to the temporary array. Next, we have to remove the duplicates accordingly with the code that we have written. After removing the duplicates, it becomes 100, 200, 500. Then we have to map, right? So we will be making use of the binary search mapping. So accordingly with the code that we have written, so 100 will be mapped to the index 0, 500 to index 2, 100 to index 0, as well as the 200 to index 1. So this is how the mapping happens, and the final output is the index part actually, this one, index 0 to 0, 1. So this is going to be the output. The final output will be 0 to 0, 1, right? The exact output that we got after running the code, after running the code. So the output that we got is completely correct actually. The output that we got is completely correct here, and whatever the code that we have written, that is also completely correct. Whatever the code that we have written or the algorithm that we have written for the compression, coordinate compression, is completely correct, right? So this is it for the this one. You can just pause the video and have a look into it. So yeah, this is it for the coordinate compression. So this is it for the coordinate compression. Yep. And coordinate compression algorithm. Yep. Next, we are left with only one thing, nothing but this one, complexities, the time complexity as well as the space complexity. Let's discuss about that. So what will be the time complexity here? The time complexity would lead to big O of n log n. So you would have already guessed why it is big O of n log n here, because due to the this one, what do we call sorting actually. Yeah. See here, it will be big of n log n due to the sorting actually. Sorting plays a dominant factor, and we have made use of the sort. Basically, after copying this one original array into the temporary array, we are sorting, right? So the overall time complexity would lead to big of n log n. So what would be the space complexity? Space complexity would lead to big of n. Space complexity would lead to big of n. So this is it for the complexity part actually. Time complexity would lead to big of n log n, and the space complexity would lead to big of n, right? So this is it for the complexity part. So we are done with the time and space complexities as well. So we are done with the time and space complexity as well. Yep. So now next what we'll be doing, sorry, next we will be discussing the subarray sum technique algorithm. Yep, subarray sum technique algo, or the subarray sum technique. For now, this is it. Thanks for watching, guys.